Hey guys, this is Max again. I just wanted to shoot a quick setup video for y'all to see how easy it is to get TruVision Digital Acuity set up in your office. We have the setup screen on our website loaded here. One quick side note, going over to the recommended hardware section, these two little items right here are not proprietary. These are things you can buy on Amazon, and we have the links included. It's just a regular computer screen that has really clear output for checking vision with. And this little thing right here, if you're running a Windows computer, this is a pretty cool little find. It allows you to connect your existing Windows computer with a secondary monitor without running any wires. You do have to have a piece of technology called Miracast enabled on your device. If you need any help figuring out if your device is Miracast enabled, then just go ahead and give us a shout through the contact section, and we can walk you through that process ourselves. But if you know that your device is Miracast enabled and you don't want to run any wires through your wall or along the bottom of your floor, then this little adapter right here is pretty valuable to you. Back over on the setup section here, if we scroll down, we're going to need these measurements here in just a second. But first, we have to actually get some measurements from our office, from our lane. So we're going to take a measuring tape, and the first thing we're going to do is measure how far it is from the patient's face to the chart on the wall where the screen is going to be hanging. Now this is for a non-mirrored lane right here. This is just if the chart is hanging on the wall directly in front of the patient. If you're using a mirrored lane, then you need to measure this distance plus the distance of the mirror to the chart on the back wall. So in this particular example, I have queued up that it'll be 10 feet from front of the room to back of the room. But in this example, we'll be using a non-mirrored lane with a distance from patient to chart of 7 feet. So back here on the chart right here, we come down and we find where 7 feet is located at. We notice that we have a letter height on the 20/20 line of 3.1 millimeters. So with 3.1 in mind, we're going to come to the live demo section here. We're going to enter in our credentials. We're going to click go to demo chart, and if you already did this once, you can click signed up for Sandbox already, and that way you only have to enter your email address. You don't have to re-enter your entire set of info every time. So now we'll come to the demo chart. Whenever we click that button, we're supposed to have a secondary window pop up. If you notice, nothing popped up, and that's because Chrome has actually blocked our child window from loading up here. If you click on this button, then click always allow pop-ups from TruVision. That'll only change the pop-up settings for this website. It's not going to change any of your security settings for the rest of the internet. Just hit done and then hit refresh. Now we have our child window loaded. Now this child window is actually what you're going to drag to your external monitor. I don't have two monitors set up for this example, so we're just going to drag this over onto the side of the screen here, and we'll half screen each one of these so you can see what's going on. So once we have them both where they need to be, we'll click single line and then 20/20. Notice the letters here are huge. We don't know what type of monitor you're going to be using, so we start them off big. That way, in case you're running a huge screen in your office for whatever reason, you'll be able to, it'll support that screen size too. Hover over calibrate, then hit zoom out a few times. I have a ruler on my screen right here that you obviously can't see, just a regular old physical ruler. Most lanes will have a metric ruler on the back of their near point acuity card. You can flip that over to the back and use that to measure your screen. I'm going all the way down to about 3.1, just barely over the 3 millimeter mark. And so this is 3.1 millimeters as best as I can measure it here on my laptop screen. Now that 20/20 is set, you'll notice if we start going up in size here, everything's getting bigger and bigger in relation to the 20/20 size that we set up a second ago. If we come to the groups here, we can see pretty clearly that everything is in relation to this 20/20 line. So a couple things here. We are running this in Chrome. Very important that you run this in Chrome, not in any other type of browser. For the parent window here and the child window to communicate effectively, Chrome is just the best environment for this to happen in. Safari is definitely going to cause some problems. So if you don't have Chrome installed on your Windows or Mac, then please install the browser before you try to run this setup. And other than that, we are all set. You're now calibrated and ready to go with TruVision.